Hey y'all, welcome in. Welcome back. If you guys are new or just passing through to my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. If you're returning, welcome back, squad. I'm here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here, we're also gender fluid. I may say you and I'm talking to them. I may say them, I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid. I could be talking about the recent past, the present, or the future. Just take the parts that resonate. Leave everything else behind. If you would like to book a personal, more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box, and I invite you to join me for a session. Welcome back, y'all. Hope everybody is doing good, feeling good, had a good night's sleep. Thank you guys for those of you who joined me last night for the live. I did not realize until after everything wrapped and I saw comments that the last like 22 minutes of the video weren't even recorded. It shows like an hour and 20 minutes and the video ended up only being like 57 minutes. I'm not gonna let these things stop me from posting though, so I'm gonna keep putting the message out even though I know there's energies working against me, don't want me to speak. I'm gonna keep on putting the content out though, and we'll see where it goes. Alright y'all, let's tap in. And if you didn't catch the live or if you didn't even watch them, like I've been recording, I have recorded. I still have 4 videos that are kind of in the can. I don't even know if I want to publish them. I might not. They may go to the membership side as cutting room floor material. I don't know yet. The energy's been really weird for the last couple of days. I'm like, I could think of a bunch of different explanations, but it doesn't really matter. I'm like, it doesn't even really matter at this point. I'm just going to keep putting the content out. Alright, so buckle in, grab a drink, grab a smokes, have a seat, listen to me in the background while you're washing dishes. For those of y'all who are stuck in the snow, I'm praying for you guys. I am thinking about you. Alright. Let's get into it. Okay. I'm like, it just, like the variations of the decks that I use and the kind of stories that pop out, I'm just kind of like, wow. I'm like, am I talking about 2 different situations? Because over here it kind of feels like somebody who feels entitled to be a part of your life, but really I'm like, really for the optics, not actually because they like want to be down with you. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. It looks like somebody here who, especially if you're in like a glow up phase, if you're doing very well, if you are very happy and abundant, if you are like focusing on the things that you enjoy, this whole other side, all the rest of these cards are like in the reverse. It all feels like somebody who kind of wants to be a part of, they want to be a part of the glow up, right? Because over here it looks like if we can't defeat them, let's join them. Let's join them, but I don't really have any intentions on actually, you know, working on a relationship with you. I really don't have the intentions of putting in the same kind of effort, but I expect to be a part of, I want to be let back in. Oogie. I want to be let back in for the look of it. Look at that. Oh, hell no. I'm like, the Magician and 10 of Cups. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Whoever this person is, you're shit out of luck, my dude. Yeah. I don't know who this is. On the onset, it's a distorted masculine figure. Again, it doesn't have to be a man, but somebody operating in this distorted masculine energy. This person is, it's kind of crazy because this feels like someone trying to force their way back into your life, especially if where you are, and if you are in a partnership, you don't have to be, this could be just you being, fully integrated with self. But if you are in a partnership, it kind of feels like you've manifested, like you're actively manifesting. I'm talking to somebody who has actively manifested their 10 of cups. Whatever you got going on in your life right now, it is exactly the way that you have manifested it, okay? You created this exactly the way that you wanted it, and you're happy with the outcome. You're like, these cards over here, you're like, I'm good, right? So you have somebody over here. Remember I said up at the top, it's like, if we can't beat them, join them. Because this is the energy of somebody who tried to bring you down or tried to defeat you, but they can't. They may have played mind games, whoever this person is. I can't even see where the disconnect is, but I can see that I feel like they only want to be connected to you because of maybe the manifestation ability of like you creating this dynamic for yourself, that may not necessarily include them, right? Because I see whatever you've done, you're either going into a new cycle with a new partner, or it could be a new partner, doesn't have to be. I'm trying to like read it in all the context that I see. If you're in a partnership, you could be going into a new cycle, successfully have closed out, a past cycle. Whoever this person is, though, you've already called judgment on it. Like you've already made up your mind about this person. You probably don't have any love for this person, or there's just no love present in the context of a new opportunity. This kind of looks to me like you've turned your back on this situation. You're not looking at it. You're not paying attention to it. Somebody here is, and I feel like too, if this is you, like if I just took this whole bottom row as you, it could be like you seeing the reality of maybe even a particular relationship. Um, because it looks like maybe having withdrawn from someone, and really, and it's kind of like based on experience, based on the amount of time that you've known this person or that you've dealt with this person, where you finally come to a point where you recognize that this person feels entitled to be a part of my life, but they don't actually put in the effort in order to, build the relationship, to fortify the relationship, to support the relationship. They don't do anything. So because they're not doing anything, they're not necessarily working with me or putting in their own effort, I'm going to make up my mind, and I just don't have any more love to give to this particular person. That's fair. Well, I'm like, well, yeah, I don't know who this person is for you, but it's interesting. It's like we could have had it all. Like I just heard that, like we could have had it all. I don't know who that is speaking, but it's like, yeah. Okay, so whoever this is, like, yeah, there's a possibility that you could have had it all at one point. There was the potential. But we don't deal with people for their potential. We're not doing that anymore. And I think whoever this person is, remember how I've said this in the past, like there's and it's usually coming from this masculine energy, this distorted masculine energy. Yeah. Okay, this is somebody that you've known for a really long time, or you spent a very large amount of time trying to like cultivate the relationship. This is somebody you've known for a while though. Okay. And remember, I said you may have had to peel yourself back just a little bit, maybe even isolate yourself or remove yourself from this person's presence so that you can really review like the relationship and its inner workings. Okay. Now this masculine energy, again, getting this, we could have had it all. It was kind of coming off of this masculine energy, but I think that this person, because they were kind of operating in more of a superficial type of energy, they did not have the ability to, we'll say, swim as deep in terms of emotions. They really didn't have that to give to the connection. They spent a lot of time kind of overthinking and being afraid. There was a lot of ego in play, which maybe even told them that they didn't have to be as present as you needed them to be. Now, I do see that this person has had some time, especially now if this is you being the one that withdraws. This looks like there's somebody here who may have had an opportunity, who kind of didn't want to see it at the time, but they're being forced to really, maybe see the situation from your point of view versus just looking at it from their own point of view. And then realizing that part of, like, I don't know, maybe I don't know who this person is to you, or the kind of connection that you guys had. This very well could be your connection to this person. Now that I'm looking at all the cards, this could be your relationship with this person. It kind of feels like there is like there's love between you, but like I said, this person's ego kind of stepped in and maybe, I want to say it kind of ruined things, because now they're realizing, they're having, like I said, they're being forced to look at something from a different point of view, and now having the realization that they didn't actually put in the same kind of effort, or they didn't put in, I'm like, all these cards up here is kind of like low to no effort to me. So in a bunch of different areas where they could have been putting in time and effort, they just chose not to. And so now they're seeing a result of that being mirrored back to them, in the fact that you may have been the blessing that was sent to them, and because they didn't properly care for the blessing that was sent to them, the blessing was being removed. Now this is the energy down here of somebody wanting to kind of, I do feel like somebody wants to apologize, but they're kind of worried that I don't know, I heard the intensity of the love, but I mean, take that how it resonates. It's almost like there's some concern that the intensity of the feelings have started to, wane. But then when I'm looking at these two cards beside the apology, I'm like, I don't really see like a redeeming, I don't see any redeeming qualities here that would allow this person to kind of, I mean, I don't see any action cards that say I'm going to make it better. So that's kind of the problem for me. If you are partnered and it's not this, and this person, maybe say this is like an ex, if you're partnered and this person is no longer in your life, you've manifested your ideal situation. So yeah, no, there is no opportunity for them to come back in. Even if they want to apologize, that's great. This person now, it's almost like this person wants to apologize because they actually see what you, especially if you have already manifested it for yourself with someone else, it's kind of like this person now sees what it was that you were trying to accomplish, and now that they have to kind of stand on the sideline and watch you accomplish this with someone else. That may also be part of their karma too. Okay. I'm like, whoever this person is though, you really held them down. You were really loyal to them. You spent a lot of time, like I said, you spent a lot of time cultivating that relationship. And now this person's kind of being forced to see that they had a blessing. Like this is right here. I had a blessing that was in my life. I rejected it. So now I've lost the opportunity, and I rejected it because I was over here playing mind games. And they didn't actually work. I actually ended up losing. I ended up losing. This kind of looks like I ended up losing my girl to somebody else who actually loves them. Well, yeah. Maybe this is an ex or something. Y'all ain't gonna like this. I'm like, y'all ain't gonna like this. Wait, hold on. Okay, so look, I'm like, this could be an ex because I have counterparts out here. So, and like I said, this person could be an ex. If it's not an ex, I don't know, because this kind of looks like somebody wanting to come in and apologize. Okay, we'll just say, what if this is your current person? Okay, if this is your current person, like you're over here trying to, like I said, you're over here trying to manifest your ideal situation within this relationship. But the person that you may be with could be, like I said, very superficial, selfish. They like the appearance of the happy family, but they don't actually put in the effort and time to cultivate the happy family. The love is there. The love is there. Okay, the love is there. However, I don't know, because it feels like if this person was trying to play mind games, all it did was backfire. Now they're the ones feeling kind of crazy because I feel like on the opposite end, maybe you're behaving or moving differently than normal for them. Because this kind of looks like somebody wanting to make it, they want to apologize, right? And then I'm going to really try harder. But then here it's kind of like, I'm going to try because I don't want something coming to an end. But I don't know, it kind of feels like no new opportunity. Like this is a missed opportunity. You're trying to create this, happy home environment, but then because this masculine energy doesn't actually participate that way, and maybe they don't participate that way because I'm like, I don't necessarily have third party energy out here, but I'm like, who's this lady? Now this could be you. And this literally could be, if I had to look at this as you, this could be you just focusing on what you got to focus on. Like, you're not really worried about what he's doing. You know that what you're trying to manifest is, like, if you have a family, this is you trying to be strong for the family. Like, you're supporting your children, you're supporting yourself, you're supporting the partnership. But you're really not worried about, like, because I don't see like a whole lot of overthinking or anything like that. So it's not like you're, yes, you think about like the status of your marriage and how it's working out, but I kind of feel like you're just more focused on the things you can't, like, you can't control the things that are external to you. So the only thing that you can't control is like how you respond and react to things. So I think that's been a large focal point. Like, you're just going to focus on your kids, you're going to focus on yourself. Now I do see something coming to an end, but not like Because I don't necessarily see the relationship coming to an end. I see maybe an area of the relationship maybe changing. But it's going to require somebody to get out of their head in order to do the right thing. Now on this side, if this is you, if this is still you in the upright, you could be thinking about maybe launching some type of entrepreneurial pursuit. You could be a creative, may have found something that you really enjoy. It's kind of like taking your focus off. I feel like this, I'm talking to somebody here who's being encouraged to kind of take their focus off of maybe a relationship and maybe focus more on yourself. Because what I see here, I'm like, I don't necessarily look at it as, I mean, it could be an end, but I'm not looking at like a hard ending. I'm looking at an ending of like, when one door closes, another door opens. So it could be, I'm looking at it more on a positive side. Like it could be another cycle going into a new cycle, a new era with the relationship, like putting an end to like all the bad stuff, like the lies and the manipulation and the games that people play within relationships. Unfortunately, it happens. But this can be looked upon as like somebody making a decision to put an end to the drama. I'm going to apologize for the way that I don't actually show up or haven't been showing up in here. Is me trying to get our situation back on top, because it does require that. I mean, like, this masculine energy is like I said, it's distorted. You may be choosing, like I said, you could be choosing to maybe launch a business or pick up some type of creative pursuit. You may not be discussing it. You may also, even in regards to the partnership, you may know more than what you let on and carry the burden of the things that that you may know. You keep it very much to yourself. I am talking to an attractive person, an attractive woman. I believe that this masculine energy is aware that other people find you attractive and mysterious and all of that. You come across as very confident, very warm, magnetic, have a magnetic personality. And I feel like this person is actually, it's interesting. It's kind of like, I don't know if the divine is trying to shine a light on this man's like home life or family life. It's trying to show this man that like he has literally, because this could be, it's connected to him as well. He pretty much has everything he wants. But he's also being shown that the mentality of trying to, I don't know, one up you isn't actually that's not the move, especially when it comes to relationships. When it comes to relationships, marriages in particular, it's not you against me, because I kind of like, that's what this whole line for me gives. It's like you versus me, and it's supposed to be us versus the world, And in the meantime, while it's, me versus you, I'm also not going to put in any kind of real effort, because I don't know, this man kind of feels like he doesn't have to. And he's being shown differently. Okay, so if this man at one point had ever had like a little bit of, player energy in them as well, they're also seeing that is not the move. That doesn't work out so hot. It doesn't work out so hot in their favor financially either. because I can kind of see that this person, I don't know, this whole line right here, it's like if you've created like this family dynamic and you've got children and whatnot, right? Like I'm looking over here, this man has it all. He literally has it all. This might be a third party. It's not even somebody that he's like, he doesn't, oh my God. I'm like, I can see a couple of different things. I'm like, this could absolutely be you, but if this is a third party, and like I said, I don't necessarily have third party energy out here, but I don't know who this additional person is. So if this person is a third party, it kind of looks like someone realizing that if things fell apart, because he's already got an ideal situation over here, he also recognizes that he would end up with, I'm like, I wish I could explain this correctly, because it's like, you know how most situations when there's a married couple and there's like married, we say married with children, because I see a lot of kids in these cards. So married with children, right? The mothers generally take on the brunt of, I mean, that's just how society has worked. The mothers are usually taking on the brunt of it, and the fathers are, off working or whatever, or both parties, mothers and, the mother is working in the workforce and, doing all the work, going to work, outside of the home, working outside of the home and then coming home and dealing with kids and whatever. Down here, this kind of looks like this man is also thinking, okay, ooh, oh, I see so much here. Okay, I'm like, I see so much here. So if this man, we'll say hypothetically, if you are a married couple and say you're the wife and you don't work outside of the home, you're a homemaker, nothing wrong with that, okay? Even if in his shallow thinking only looked at you as being codependent and, because you don't like work outside of the home, a traditional 9 to 5 or whatever, it almost is like them coming to the realization that part of what makes the relationship work, or what makes your marriage, partnership, family life work, is the fact that you are taking care of things that he does not have to worry about. Does that make sense? It's like you do things, you're taking care of kids, but you do things in support of whatever he's doing. But you do things so that he doesn't have to worry about those things. It's like, you make sure that, the house is clean, laundry's done, the groceries are taken care of, the household bills are paid or whatever like that. So they don't have to really worry about anything. They just go to work, come home, go to work, come home, or whatever. You know what I mean? This almost feels like this man is kind of coming to terms, or having something illuminated to them about just how much of the burden you actually alleviate by simply caring for your children and your home and taking care of the parts that you take care of. It's like trying to shift someone's mindset from thinking that you're a liability more than you are an asset. Does that make sense? Because like if you weren't there and they were left responsible for all of the things that you do or that you have to take care of that they don't even realize, like he's down here, he's having to really look, because he may be like, I don't know if he's when he's quiet and alone by himself, these are the things that he's thinking about. Like, you do what you do. Okay, thank you, because maybe this is you. It's like you do what you do and you're not complaining about it. It's just part of what you do, and so you do. You do what you do. But this person is also realizing, like, they're realizing the burden of what they would have to be responsible for if you weren't there, if you weren't doing whatever you do as your part, but also realizing that it's like realizing the gem that they really have. You are a beautiful person. You are very attractive. So other people also find you very attractive. Like, this is like reminding them, like, do you remember why you even got with your wife? You know what I'm saying? So they're also realizing this is somebody here in their moment of, like I said, they are coming in with an apology because I think this is somebody realizing or recognizing that something in the relationship dynamic has to change. Because there is this energy of like I said, there's love. There is love between you. There is love between you, right? But I think it's about this person's perception of who you are and the value that you bring to the relationship. So down here, it kind of feels like somebody wanting to apologize, getting out of their ego, getting out of their ego and apologizing so that they can bring about some type of change in the relationship. Because this down here feels like it's like if you are dealing with some kind of friction, this almost feels like how did we get here? And then the things that you do, like that you're doing and caring for the family or whatever, you do it, you don't complain about it, you just do. And hell, you might even do without even going through the explanation of all the things that you care for or are attentive to, towards. Okay. But I also see somebody, like, if you're thinking about or if you're considering entrepreneurial pursuits, you may be coming, like this right here looks like, um, hell, this even could look like someone here, like maybe he's even having an epiphany here, because this whole row looks like maybe if you were an entrepreneur or if you've been an entrepreneur, ever considered pursuing something creative, if you had sacrificed your creative pursuits in order to take care of your family and focus on your children or whatever, um it's almost like you don't even talk about this stuff. You don't talk about like the burdens of what you have to carry, like abandoning yourself over here, abandoning yourself, abandoning the things that you love. Definitely there's an area here like you may have had the potential of pursuing something that you really love, but you chose not to in favor of like focusing on your family and focusing on your children. And now you're kind of like, okay, maybe there's one aspect of the life of your life that's kind of shifting or evolving, and now you have the opportunity to kind of go back and focus on whatever this is. Maybe you're focusing on it and you're not talking about it. He may not even know, you know? So that just adds like another thing onto the plate of responsibilities that you already carry. And you do it and you don't even complain about it. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, okay. This man, I feel like this masculine, he is being he's being given like a heavy dose of reality. He's been given a heavy dose of reality. I do have and this is somebody here who may also, they kind of come across like emotionally manipulative. They say shit to like mess with your head, whatever. Whoever this is. But I feel like this person is being shown. I'm like, they're being shown. Like, it's definitely giving a highlight reel. It's like somebody's got this giant flashlight and they're like, yeah, I need you to see this. And what they're seeing is like if you don't work, and it's interesting because I have a few clients who are stay-at-home moms. I have actually several clients who are stay-at-home moms, all in a very, very similar situation where the man controls all the finances. They control the money. The amount, I can't even tell you the amount of women who have booked readings with me and were trying to figure out how to pay me without their husbands finding out. And I don't judge because I've been in that position before. I've been in a position where I didn't have any control of the resources because the resources were not mine. I didn't work outside of the home at the time because I was at home caring for my children. And then at one point being, feeling as though what I brought to the table, while what I brought to the table may not have been monetary, I was covering all the other areas so that that would not have to be a concern for my husband at all. This here is somebody being shown, like there's like, I want to say like a highlight reel. There's somebody here being shown that, and it's the truth. I'm like, Ace of Swords. The sun is at the top corner. The Ace of Swords is down here next to the Four of Wands. It's like, if it wasn't for this woman, it's like your finances, yes. Your finances, the masculine finances, yes. It supports the functionality of the home, like having the the four walls and the roof and making sure the bills are paid and all that stuff. But this woman is responsible for keeping the machine oiled and running and keeping everything that's under that roof running smoothly. This man here is being shown exactly why it works the way that it works. And so it's being shown to him. And here again, like, there's this energy of wanting to apologize or at least, because I kind of feel like they're seeing, yeah. So if you feel some kind of way, or if you are behaving in a different kind of way in terms of like how you're showing up, because this man comes across as like very superficial, emotionally manipulative, cold, very cold. And here you are as the feminine, just, keeping keeping the home warm and fuzzy, like you're doing all the things. And this is them being, facing the reality, like, if it wasn't for you, this thing would not run the way that it does. I keep it running. I'm like, this is not my story, but I'm like, I keep it running. I know the inner workings of I know all the details of what's going on in each of these kids' classrooms and with all of their teachers. I know all about all of that. I know about all of that. I know how everything works in this house. I know how the schedules work. I know where they got to be. I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's realizing, like, if he was put in a similar position, like, remove you from the scenario, if he was put in a similar position, he wouldn't know what to do. He wouldn't know what to do. And he sees that. And he may also see too, especially if you're an attractive woman, he may also be seeing here too just how little he's giving to the relationship. I don't know who I'm talking about today, but if this is your story, somebody's getting a wake-up call. Now that's crazy. Like here someone is manifesting the perfect 10 of cups, but they're not being happy. They have, oh shit, the Tower. I'm like, oh. Damn. I'm like, who is this? So I'm thinking if it's, because, I mean, it could be the masculine that's not, because there's somebody here who's not happy. They're not happy. I'm like, I don't like this energy. It's like they're not emotionally supportive. Maybe they're not emotionally supportive to you. They haven't been emotionally supportive to you. And so even if they haven't been emotionally supportive to you, you've been just very consistently showing up and just doing what you need to do. Oh. Okay, so there's conflict here. Oh. Okay. Okay. So, hypothetically, if you manifested something, and say you got what you wanted, but it's not what you wanted. I'm like, you got what you wanted, but it's not what you wanted. Because right here, I feel like you're unhappy. You got it, but you're not happy with the results. You do know that you can manifest something different, right? Like manifestation is really law of attraction. Put it out there to the universe. Release your attachment to the outcome and just let it flow, right? So if you were focused on happiness and I want to have this ideal situation at home, the husband, husband and wife, the kids, the dog, whatever. And say you get all that, but your partner isn't really cracked up to be what you wanted it to be, right? Person's not emotionally unavailable. They're not, emotionally supportive to you. There's always kind of, conflict and drama. You feel like this person rejects you or, bored of the relationship. You're going to end up repeating a cycle because you're down here with this Nine of Wands. And I always tell you, when the Nine of Wands comes out in the upright, I'm always a little concerned because I'm like, if it was in the reverse, I'd be better. I'd be better off with it in the reverse. But in the upright, it gives, I'm going to keep showing up. As long as everybody act like they got some sense, I'm going to keep showing up. But by you still showing up, it makes you go back into another cycle of, it makes you go, it keeps you stuck to the same cycle that you're in. So if you're unhappy, if you are unhappy, then what do you need to do to change that? And again, because we cannot control things that are external to us, meaning other people, we can't control how other people move. We only have control over the way that we respond and the way that we move. And if you are contemplating, because I'm kind of seeing here, it feels like if you go back into this other cycle, it would be definitely some reap what you sow kind of shit over here. So if you're already unhappy and you keep going in the same direction that you're going in, being already in this unhappy state, you're just going to get more of what you don't like. Right? Down here, it feels like there's a decision that needs to be made. We know the Two of Wands talks about being at a crossroad. You can make plans for the future, seek your expansion somewhere else, or you can stay exactly where you are. And if you stay exactly where you are, Nine of Cups in the reverse, the Tower, Five of Wands. You just go get more of that. Okay, so now you have an opportunity to either make some changes, because again, I don't look at death as, you don't look at the death card as being like, you know, death is death and rebirth. So I don't necessarily look at it like a hard, because I mean, the Tower and the death card for me kind of come with the same type of, for me it's the same type of energy. The death card is Scorpio ruled. The Tower, same thing, Scorpio. Mars. Like it's Mars. Like volatility, dramatic change, upset to the Ten of Cups. So now you have to make a decision, because this is not whatever you got is not what you want. Somebody's not happy. So down here you have an opportunity to make a decision. Communication is good. And it's communication. I'm like, for me, it would, I don't know, I would probably be more inclined to communicate I don't know, this feels like standing up for, like, I feel like because it's connected to the feminine energy, I kind of feel like it's important for you to like stand up for yourself and communicate very clearly. Like, yeah, there's a potential here for a disagreement, but yes, look at that. I like this, actually. I actually like this. I'm like, I don't feel any kind of, because now he's in the upright. The feminine cards are all out here in the upright. It's the masculine cards that are in the reverse. But now he's in the upright. Or this is somebody else. But now I'm like, now he's in the upright. Both of you are. Absolutely love it. No, I'm not taking those. Yeah, but the question for me is going to be like, what good is it standing in? What good is standing in your power if you're just going to continue the cycle of being unhappy and always feeling like you have to defend yourself, or be in an argumentative stance with somebody who doesn't emotionally support you? Yikes. Okay. I'm like, this is a lot. Okay, so I have somebody here who I do have someone here who may have a slight drinking problem. It's interesting because this masculine is largely the masculine energy. This masculine kind of comes across like a manipulative bully. He comes across like a bully, like a manipulative bully. They use words to get into your head. They use money to kind of control your movement. I also kind of feel like, I don't know, it's weird. I'm very conflicted about there being love here. Like, I can clearly see Two of Cups in the upright. That's a positive card. So there is love between you, but I'm kind of looking at this man like, I don't know. It's almost like he's not being honest about how he feels being in the relationship. Like I said down here, y'all would do well having a conversation. Like, there needs to be a conversation. Even if you need to, I don't know if y'all need to go to therapy or something, you need to invite a third person to come in and mediate. But I feel like there needs to be a conversation, because both of you come across, you appear as your biggest, baddest, bestest selves, you know? I see it. But I get the impression that this masculine is unhappy. He's unhappy, and he may be keeping that to himself. But I think it's something, I'm speculating. I'm speculating that him being, the reality of him being like in this relationship or partnership, regardless of the fact that there's love. Hold on. Yeah, regardless of the fact that there's love, he feels kind of trapped. But I'm like, I want to say it almost even looks a little alcohol fueled. Like, if he feels trapped. Hold on. Who's that on my lawn? Oh. That's the husband. I'm like, oh. It almost looks like he feels trapped, and he's keeping a secret about that. Like, he's not telling the truth, or he's not being vocal about it. He's not being vocal about it. But again, I do think that it could possibly be alcohol fueled. So, when there's alcohol involved, alcohol brings down the vibration like very, very low. Child, I got stories about that. Low vibrations and entity attachments. I got stories about that. So it could be alcohol induced, like, he feels like that when he starts drinking. He starts feeling unhappy and all that because his vibration is being brought down really, really low. Yeah, and it causes, okay, so if he drinks, that's the other thing too. If he drinks, the drinking also probably causes issues. It causes issues. It causes arguments. It causes fights, child. I'm like, I'm so perplexed, okay, because this masculine energy. Okay, so look. Oh, I like this. Okay. I'm like, this is so crazy. Remember when I said earlier, I was like, It's almost like the man is, this masculine energy is being shown that like he lacks for nothing, like being in this partnership. I'm telling you, like, these cards are insanely, they're like really good cards. The placements are a little weird. They're really good cards though. Yeah, it's like it's something in this masculine that he needs to like shift out of a way of thinking. Like, it's being shown to him that the partnership that he's in, like, yes, on the surface he may be unhappy because whatever, like, what, you can't, because you I'm sorry, let's be grown-ups here. You have a family. You're married and you have a family. You've got children you have to take care of. You have a wife. Like, this is part of the responsibility. The wife is taking care of the home. She's taking care of the children. She's taking care of you. And the reality is, like, while he's sitting here thinking, like, I got all the money and, I got the hot wife and, the family picture actually looks really good, but I'm unhappy because I can't do what I want to do. Well, baby, she can't do what she want to do either. Excuse me? She can't do what she wants to do either, because she's what? At home taking care of your children and the responsibilities of what goes on under your roof. Meanwhile, you sitting over here pouting because what? Because you have to go to work outside of the home. You get to be outside of the home around other adults. She got to stay at home with little kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's what I see here. Oh. And I'm almost heartbroken for this feminine energy, because it's like she keeps on going and it's like repeating certain cycles, and it just sends her right back into the same space of it's I'm trying to figure out a best way to describe this, because I can kind of see both parties are going through it. So, she's unhappy because of certain circumstances. He's unhappy for a different reason, but same type of circumstances, right? And really, I feel like the way to bridge the gap here is, number one, he should probably stop drinking. That would be one, because I kind of think he isolates himself. He drinks himself stupid, and he thinks about all the ways that he's unhappy, instead of looking at the situation without all the emotions involved, and just look at it from an observer's perspective. Like, she's got all of the, because in my mind's eye, Chinese acrobats, when they've got like spinning plates on their fingers and their feet, and they're bouncing on one foot, and they've got all these things going all at the same time. Like, that's kind of the way that I'm visioning this feminine energy. Like, she's able to do all of these things, and this man, no shame, no shade, he's kind of mad because, like, I don't get to do what I want to do. Well, honey, she don't get to do what she want to do either. Like, what do you think she does all day when she's at home? Sit around eating bonbons? Nah. Being a homemaker is a lot of work. I've done it. It was a lot of damn work. It was a lot of work. And I kind of feel like this woman has set aside her own goals and aspirations and dreams, in lieu of caring for her family. So there's sacrifice involved. Baby, there's sacrifice involved for everybody. So while this man is over here pouting and feeling some kind of way, this is funny because it kind of reminds me, I have a girlfriend of mine, who her husband had come at her all sideways one time, and she was like, oh, is that so? She packed up her baby girl and left her boys at home with the husband, and she split, and she didn't come home for like, I don't know, 2 weeks or whatever. He was beside himself, having to care for the kid, having to care for the boys and figure out what their schedules were, and the where their clothes were, and the laundry and the feeding and the drop off and the pickup. She didn't give a damn. She didn't give a damn. Figure it out. I do this shit every day, all day, and I don't bat an eyelash because that's what I do. But since you think you big and bad, you can do it better, and you so unhappy, let me show you what I do. And she dipped, and I was like, I never had the balls to do that. So hats off to her. But when she did it, I was like, ooh, girl. that's kind of what this, so I don't know if that's something that you're contemplating. I'm like, because I can kind of also see that too. And you're like, yeah, like if this is an opportunity of him having to actually see what you're experiencing, and then after all this shit he was talking, and then he falls out because he's like, damn, she really does manage a lot. She really does take care of a lot. She really does a lot to assist me in my efforts of being who I need to be. And I'm not giving her her flowers. I'm not giving her her flowers. Like, somebody here is clearly seeing this feminine energy as like who and what, you know, who she is and what she represents and what she contributes to the overall marriage and running of their home, because that ain't easy. That ain't easy. Where are we? Oh, we're an hour in. All right, I'm gonna leave it here. If any parts of this reading resonated for you, gave you clarity or confirmation of your own story, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get in front of the eyes that need to see us the most. If you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box. I invite you to join me for a session. Let me go find out why my husband came home from work early. I'm like, what is he doing here so early? It's like not even 1 o'clock, child. What are we doing? All right, guys, I love you. I will be back. I'm gonna come back and do another video. Yeah. Like, I love you guys. I'll be back. Take care. Bye.